If you've ever wondered how to store and reheat your leftover barbecue like smoked brisket, pulled pork, pork ribs, or in this case, I'm going to show you how to do it with beef ribs, then stick around because this video is for you. Now, we're not going to focus too much on the smoking of these beef ribs. I will briefly run through the process, but if you want to see some more in-depth videos, I've got heaps of other ones on my channel. So nice and easy, we've just got our beautiful rack of beef ribs here. I like to leave mine untrimmed lately, and all I'm going to do is give them a nice light coat in some yellow mustard, which is going to help our rubs stick to the meat. And then we're going to season them up in a combination of my steak shooter and beef bounce, which are both available on our website, along with our other range of rubs and our barbecue sauce as well. Now our beef ribs are ready to go. We've got our smoker sitting at 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius. I'm just going to get some cherry wood on. Then we'll get our heat deflector in, followed by our cooking grate, and then our beautiful beef ribs. And then we'll shut our lid, and then we'll let them smoke away until they are probing tender around that 205 Fahrenheit or 96 degrees Celsius internal mark, which might take anywhere from 6 to 10 hours or even more. All right, I've been checking on these beef ribs throughout this cook, and after 6 hours, I reckon these are done. These are feeling nice and soft all over. They are probing nice and soft as well, and we're at an internal temperature of around 206 Fahrenheit, 207, around 96, 98 degrees Celsius. I honestly thought these would be a longer cook, but these are done so they can come out. And onto our cutting board. Now they're going to rest for around 30 minutes before we come back to slice them up before we vac seal them. That is looking incredible. Got a beautiful smoke ring on there. A lot of moisture in that meat. Very squishy and tender. Now these are still quite hot, so we might just let them cool off a little bit more before we put them in the vac seal bags. All right, and I hope you didn't think I was going to vac seal them without trying them. So let's take a little slice. Look at that. Tender, juicy. I already know this is going to be good. Now that tastes so good, but we're just going to vac seal the rest. I've got 3 vac seal bags here, so we're just going to get 1 in each. And then every machine's going to be slightly different, but we're going to open ours up like so. Get our bag in there just like that. Lock our lid down and press the vac seal button. Now it's sealed it. We can get that out. And there's one of them done. So again, we're just going to open it up, get our bag in there. Click it down. You want to make sure there's no creases in your bag or it won't seal properly. Press vac seal. And that is going to lock all of the flavour and moisture in there. If you want, you can add a little bit of butter in there. Try to avoid adding any more liquid because as it's vacuuming down, it's going to squeeze all the liquid out. Like I said, a little bit of butter does the trick nicely. And then our last one, again, get it in there. Make sure our bag's in there, down nice and flat. And make sure you do your own research, or most vac sealers will come with some information about storage. But in the fridge, in the vac seal, it should last around 2 to 3 weeks, or frozen, it should last up to a year. But what I'm going to do is get these into the freezer, and we'll be back once these are frozen, and I'll show you how I reheat them. All right, it's the next day. We froze our beef ribs overnight, and we're ready to reheat one of them. As you can hear, that beef rib is frozen solid. I've got a pot of water just on a gentle simmer, and we're going to drop our vac sealed beef rib in there. Now you don't want that water boiling as you run the risk of breaking the seal on the bag. You just want it simmering away, so around 80 to 90 degrees Celsius or 175 to 195 Fahrenheit. And from frozen, we're looking at around 30 minutes for that to reheat back through. Or if you've thawed them out or they've just been refrigerated, you're looking at around 10 to 15 minutes to heat back through. All right, and after about 30 minutes, I reckon our beef rib is ready to come out. So I'm just going to chuck some gloves on so I don't burn my hand. We'll get our beef rib out. We'll cut our bag open. As you can see, that is looking good. So what we're going to do is just take it off the bone, and we'll just take some slices off. Still beautiful, tender, juicy. All that flavour has been locked in there. Let's have a taste. Honestly, that is so close to being just as good as what it was fresh. You lose a little bit of that texture on the bark, but seriously, that is amazing. So there you have it. There's how I like to store and reheat my leftover barbecue. There's lots of other methods out there, but I think this one works the best. There's so much you can do with your leftover barbecue, or these packs are perfect to give to family and friends as well. And I've done this countless times for things like brisket, pulled pork, pulled lamb, pork ribs, and of course beef ribs. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below. I'll put everything you need to know down in the video description. While you're there, subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. But for now, that's the end of the video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.